Hey everyone, doing a really cute Easter project, and I'm going to be using these acrylic paint pens. For those of you who want to put words on your projects and don't have a Cricut, this is a really cool way of doing it that works really well. Keep on watching. With a 9.5 by 11 inch frame, and I prepare all my frames the same. I take the glass out, I clean it up, and then I take Elmer's glue and put it around the perimeter of the back of the frame where the glass would sit. Then I replace the glass and take Elmer's glue and put it around the perimeter one more time. This serves two purposes. It helps to hold the glass in place, and it helps to prevent resin leaks. When you put resin on the other side, that is what will permanently adhere the glass to the frame. Now this glue takes overnight to dry and sometimes up to 24 hours depending on how much you use. The next day after the Elmer's glue is dry, I take painter's tape and put it around the perimeter of the back as an extra precaution against resin leaks. So for those of you who don't have a Cricut machine, this is how it can be done. You can just go ahead into your word processing like Microsoft Word, print out the words that you want, mess around with the different fonts, see how you like it, and then go ahead and print it out. And in this case, I cut it out to a word separately because they weren't close enough together, and then I had also cut out a template of a bunny, and I just went ahead and used Scotch tape and taped the words to the front of the bunny and then put it on the back of the glass and held that on with Scotch tape. I tried out these Let's Resin acrylic paint markers before I did this project. I tried them on glass as well as on canvas. The reason I did that is some markers will run when you put resin over them. You need to test them first. The nice thing about them is they have a flat side and a pointy side for more detailed writing. And all I did was went ahead and traced over it with the marker using the pointy side. And honestly, I have terrible handwriting. And it's really important after you get it on there to pull the paper back and look and make sure all the areas are filled in. If you've made any mistakes, you can use a little razor to correct them. And if you don't like the way it looks and want to start over, take the razor and take the entire thing off, and you can start over again. The resin I'm using for this project is Let's Resin Resin. It is a 1:1 ratio resin with no VOCs. After I mixed it up, I just poured it down on top of the glass. It's easiest to work with spreading out the resin when you don't have anything on it, and I know that's not always possible. But when you don't have anything on it, you can actually just take it and tip it to get it into the corners and along the edges. Most times that'll work. Otherwise, you really have to use a spoon or some kind of a tool to push it up into the areas. Then I used my kitchen torch to get rid of the bubbles. This portion of the video is condensed down to less than 3 minutes, although it is actually like 20 minutes long. When you're working with these dried flower leaves, you really have to take your time. They're very delicate. You have to use tweezers to pick them up. And these actually came in a package with some other dried flowers, but I'm going to be using acrylic flowers for this project. And the acrylic flowers I picked up on TEMU. And the dried flowers I actually got on Amazon. So I'm outlining the bunny with the dried flowers first, and then I start putting the acrylic flowers on. And some of those little acrylic flowers are actually nail art flowers. They're teeny tiny. This is a pretty small project to begin with, and then some are a little bit bigger and they're not considered nail art flowers. They're just decorative flowers. So after I'm done with the project, I always come back every 15 minutes to check for glass placement, I say, but in this case, acrylic flower and leaf placement. It's really important that you have a project like this on a flat, level surface, because if it is tipped ever so slightly, everything will start to glide to the other side. And that's another reason why you need to come back every 15 minutes. I come back and check for placement and move things back into position if anything's shifted. I use a toothpick to get any sediment out. I retorch if I need to for bubbles. Let's Resin cures best at temperatures between 75 and 85 degrees Fahrenheit. It has a work time of 40 to 50 minutes, a full cure at 2 to 3 hours, but you can usually touch it within 12 hours. It has no VOCs. Normally I would tell you to take the drawing out from underneath it to make sure everything looks okay on top, like there aren't some areas missing. But because this is so delicate and everything could shift so easily, I am just going to let the resin cure with that paper underneath. Next, I take some colored glass. This is actually glass from Michaels. It's their chunky gold reflective glass that's been colored with the Bombay India ink, the color grass green. It's a real pretty color, and I just put that down at the bottom along with a few other flowers. Next day after it had dried, I mixed Let's Resin Chunky Glitter, the color gold, champagne gold, with the Let's Resin UV resin. I mixed it all together in a little cup, and I used a regular paintbrush, and I painted it on the inside of the rabbit, or on the rabbit. And I just was careful not to go over any of the letters. And then I used the UV light. This is the new Let's Resin UV light. It's really nice because it's heavy on the one side, so you can put the other side down as low as you want and it won't throw it off balance. I clean my brush by putting it in some isopropyl alcohol for about a half hour and then washing it with soap and water. Hey everyone, so I don't know how well you can see this. I'm going to bring it in. So the glitter part was actually a last minute decision. When I looked at it and it was so clear, I thought maybe you'd be able to see the rabbit better like that. So I hope you can. I don't know if maybe putting this behind it makes it better. But I think he turned out kind of cute. What made me think of doing this was I had seen a greeting card with a bunny rabbit that was just outlined with flowers. So I think I might actually try this with a larger frame and use actual dried flowers and make the border a little bit thicker and see how it turns out. But I used a lot of Let's Resin products with this, and I'm not being paid by them by any means. But I've had these acrylic markers for about 6 months now and never used them. And I know when I talk about acrylic or writing or using markers on resin and pouring resin over it, that they can run sometimes. And I've stuck to oil-based markers because I've tried other ones and a lot of them have ran. And I've actually had these for 6 months and I've never used them, so I decided, I should use them. So whenever you have markers or anything like that you want to use, please test them first on something scrap, because if you put it on and then pour resin, you could ruin your whole project. So, and leave it to me, I would do that. So that's why I did that. I wished I would have made the Easter blessings a little bit bigger, but that's how you can do it. If you don't have a Cricut or you don't have an actual stencil, you can just put it on the back. And if you wanted this on the front of, on a canvas, you could have just put some carbon paper behind those words and put it on and then traced over with the carbon paper. And it really works good. I used to do it all the time when I didn't have a Cricut. I haven't always had a Cricut. So anyway, I wanted to show you guys that. And then that's the new Let's Resin light. And the reason I like this, two things. You can charge it, so you don't have to have a cord attached, and it's this bottom part is real heavy, so it balances out. And you saw in the video how I had it lengthwise, and you could put it as low as you wanted, which was really nice. And anyway, this is that chunky glitter. I use a lot of the chameleon flakes you'll see in a lot of my videos. Not so much the chunky glitter, but this time I decided to try the chunky glitter, and it's real pretty. It's kind of like chameleon glitter, I guess, because when you turn it, it kind of changes colors, but it's super pretty. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the project. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. That really helps the channel. If you enjoy the channel, go ahead and subscribe. If you hit the bell, then every time I put a new video out, you'll get a notification. Share. I never tell anyone to share. Share the videos. That also helps. Come join us over on the Facebook group, an amazing group over there. Very, very helpful, especially if you're just starting out. Helpful if you've been doing, I learned so much from everybody on it, and I've been doing this for years. I learn new stuff every day. And you know, so many new ideas, glass art ideas I get. I have to try to think of something different, but yet I get a lot of my ideas from the people on my Facebook group. And anyway, hope you all have a great day. Thanks for watching.